Welcome to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. I am your host and your resident tribal chief of Raider Nation, Hammer. Acknowledge me. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday wherever you guys are at. Before we go into it, those coming on in, y'all know the routine. Those new in here, let me teach you real quick. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. Moments away from the start of our presser, our post-game presser with head coach Antonio Pierce. We are watching the latest installment of As the Shield Turns. So once Antonio Pierce is at the podium, we will bring it to you live in its entirety. I definitely need to adjust this camera. Another one right on the fly. Saw that we're having the presser in about a half hour. So I was like, fuck it. Let me get on for you guys and hang out for a little bit. Quick roll call. David Zahn, salute. Andrade, salute. Johnny Kicknuts, dopest name in the nation, was good. Dominique 5, salute. L11, what's good? DeMarcus, salute. Tim Chubb, pessimistic already, coming in with the heat. $2. Holla. Fuck, we suck. Thank you, Jesus. Raiders. We really had to start that already. Anthony, salute. I think we win Sunday. You watch your whore mouth, Johnny Kicknuts. You go wash that out with soap right now. Atlanta wanted us to win, and that started with that damn missed field goal. You know what? Shit happens. And salute to Graf. Salute to Stu. We got to do the live play-by-play last night, and one of you guys had asked, like, how would I grade? It was specifically asked for me. How would I grade the game overall in terms of all three phases of the game: offense, defense, special teams? Offense and special teams, a flat-out F. Defense, a D. The offense, we've gone through three different quarterbacks now. Let me know you guys can hear it too. Hold on. Thumbs up, thumbs down, guys. All right, let's do it this way then.
In situational football, third down and red zone on both sides of the ball, and then penalties. Those are things that's kind of been an outlier throughout. But that's not to say that that's been the case in each and every game. There's been moments where we've had really good moments on third down and in red zone. Go back a couple weeks against Kansas City, we held them 1-5. Last night, third down, we did a really good job. Versus Atlanta. But then there's other opportunities where, again, we have a opportunity, we get a turnover or a play, and we got the ball midfield, and we're not taking advantage of those opportunities that we could offensively to put points on the board.
BP, in your discussions with Mark Davis, have you gotten the sense of where he stands as far as your status goes?
Me and Mark Davis talk often, and the conversation's been the same as they always are. Very positive.
Antonio, I know reporters, we can't know the nuances and what's behind play calls, but the shotgun handoffs in the end zone, are those a little dangerous, you think, or what was your thoughts on those calls last night?
That was the call. That was the plan. That's what we had worked on throughout the week. Each quarterback is different, and that's what we went into the game with.
Coach, do you, by looking at the film, were you able to identify what was going on with the special teams, why the Falcons had so much success getting to block the kicks?
Yeah, it was miscommunication between our personal protector, our guards, and the center.
Antonio, just going back to the positive, conversations with Mark Davis, do you feel like you'll be back next year? Do you feel like, you've made that case for yourself?
I'm under contract.
Yeah, but for how much longer?
Hey, Antonio, I know you were pretty short-handed on the defensive line yesterday, but Jonah Laulu, a local kid, had a pretty big night on Monday Night Football. What do you think of how he played?
I think he's been improving each and every week. Really excited about just watching his growth, his development throughout the season. I think Robbie Leonard, those guys did an outstanding job just kind of building him up slowly, not throwing him out there to the wolves right away. And each and every week he's kind of shown up. I thought last night, I know he had the sack, but there's been moments, just not last night, last couple of weeks where he's been around a quarterback, being disruptive. He's really has a unique knack of rushing the passer. That's kind of probably his thing that he's the best at right now. But he's done a really good job at run game. We actually use him as like a big defensive end because we were obviously light last night at the end.
Antonio, what'd you see from the D-line as a whole without Max last night? How did they respond, and what'd you see from other guys up front?
Yeah, I thought they were relentless. I thought, played with good technique, good fundamentals, set an edge, really difficult task, with that offensive line, that running back, because he can hit you at every angle. But I thought for the most part, guys were getting off blocks. And then I thought the pass rush, we want to be disruptive, not just with sacks, but the pressures, being around the quarterback, making him uncomfortable. I thought you saw that last night as well.
It took a bit for the wide receivers to get involved yesterday.
Can you guys still hear? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down.
That was able to help them produce. And what did you see early on in the game that was holding them back?
I think just the way the game flowed. Obviously, early on, we were established to run. You saw a lot of that. Stuff. You saw some quarterback, some RPO stuff, things of that nature, quarterback movement. As the game flow on, just getting familiar to what they were doing defensively, how they were handling block and Brock Bowers and Jacoby.
AP, specifically about Glaze, JPJ, and Meredith, your three young offensive linemen. Can you discuss what you continue to see from them as maturation?
Yeah, improvement. I mean, there's always ups and downs, and each week there's always corrections. But I just think guys are getting familiar. Each and every week they're getting different schemes, different concepts, games, stunts. I see the communication and continuity amongst them three really picking up, though. They're comfortable. They played a lot of football now. They started 10-plus games. They're almost getting there to that end of that rookie year. I know it's getting, it's kind of wearing on them a little bit, but I think they're doing a good job of taking care of their bodies and just constantly improving and grinding.
Coach, has there been an update on Sincere McCormick? I know he went out on an injury yesterday.
No different than from last night.
Sincere definitely said differently, and we're going to talk.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about the miscommunication on the punt team, but there was only 10 guys on the field for the extra point. I guess, how does that happen at this point in the season? What happened there?
Didn't happen.
All right, Coach, I think we're all set.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
All right, there you guys have it. The post-game presser. Day after another loss, we now sit at 2-12, 3 games left. It fucking sucks, man. It really does. And in terms of Sincere McCormick, and actually, again, let me fix this real quick because it's definitely kind of low. There we go. There I am. In terms of Sincere McCormick, he said in a video the Graph posted, a short that he posted not too long ago, he'll be back next season. So it looks like the writing's already on the wall, and maybe AP just doesn't want to comment on it or address it. But Sincere McCormick did go down with an injury. He will be done for the rest of this season. So that leaves us with a very, very small depth chart of Amir Abdullah, Alexander Madison, and Dylan Laube, who I still think Laube is still not going to really get any burn in the backfield for us, which sucks. It really is a crime right now. You have a guy that's in his 30s, it's way past his prime. Don't even think he had a prime realistically, and not an insult, just a reality of life. In Amir Abdullah, give the young kid a shot. The young kid could potentially be here next year. Amir Abdullah is most likely not going to be here next year. Make it make sense. I don't see Madison being back here next year, but it is what it is. Let's go through the stats real quick. Oh, excuse me. And I'll open up the vault line for you guys in a little bit. Salute to the 80 in the chat. Again, I know this was very last minute. I think Graph might actually be live too. I know he said he was going to do a show with Stu this afternoon. Let me actually double check real quick. I will feel like a complete asshole if he's on right now, and I'm on, but it doesn't look like he's on at the moment. So those that have come in, if you haven't already, do me a favor, smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell. Stats, trash. Yeah, in a sense. Well, you know what? Instead of doing individuals, we'll just go through the game stats and that's it. Coughing up cookie. What's wrong with you? Step into my office. Yo, Jack Straw, you ever see oh my God, there's something about Mary when he was in the car with the serial killer and dude had his idea for his 20-minute workout thing. Ben Stiller kind of contradicts him and he's like, step into my office. Why? Because you're fucking fired. All right. I digress. I'm sorry about that. Let's just do the team stats. The individuals, again, I don't really care too much about. First down, 16-14 in favor of the Raiders. Third down efficiency, 4 for 13 for the Falcons, 4 for 14 for the Raiders. Fourth down efficiency, we were 2 for 2. Total plays, 65-57 in favor of the Raiders. Total yards, 261-249 in favor of the Falcons. We had 12 drives. They had 11. Yards per play, 3.8 for the Raiders. The Falcons were 4.6. Passing, 184 for the Raiders, 93 for Atlanta. Yards per pass, 4.7 for the Falcons, 4.3 for the Raiders. We had 2 interceptions. The Falcons had 1. We had 3 sacks for 19 yards. We were sacked 4 times for minus 24 yards. Rushing, this is just the same narrative. It's never going to change until our defensive line is at full capacity. 168 yards for the Falcons. Sorry about that. My alarm is going off. 168 rushing yards for the Falcons. Bijan and Algier were doing their damn thing last night and not surprised in any way, shape, or form. To our only 65 yards rushing. They had 37 rushing attempts. We had 22. Yards per rush were 3 flat for the Raiders, 4.5 for the Falcons. Red zone, we were 1 for 1. The Falcons were never in the red zone. 6 penalties for 30 yards for Atlanta, 7 penalties for 55 yards for our Raiders. And again, 3 turnovers for us, 1 turnover for them. Time of possession, 26:08 for the Raiders, 33:52 for the Falcons. So there you guys have it with the stats. It is what it is. Hammer, did you see that Shannon Sharp said about the Raiders not giving AP a fair shot? Your opinion? I did not see that. We talked about this last night. In terms of Telesco and AP with the job security, look, they're not a tandem. AP has been here. Telesco's the new guy on the block. Telesco, again, solid job with the draft class. Free agency, hit one out the park with Christian Wilkins, the quarterback. I just, best way to put that one is, let me know that you guys can hear the sound effects too, because I have been tinkering and I have to get this stuff ready for Sunday. But that was the biggest head scratcher of them all, and it's really hard to say if he got a fair shake because realistically, Gardner Minshew was not AP's quarterback. That was not the guy he wanted. So that's where it's a kind of delicate situation to really touch on, but at the same time, you had these opportunities for these other offensive coordinators and you went and picked one up that had recently got fired from a team that was doing pretty damn bad, and you wanted a heavy run game and didn't have the right running backs for that either. You got a guy realistically that is a second on the depth chart running back in Alexander Madison, while you also had Amir Abdullah, you had Zamir White. Zamir White just wasn't doing shit. He went back to that lack of vision again. A lot of things on the offensive side of the ball were not corrected and were not done the correct way. Like, look, we know Jacobs is gone and Jacobs is balling out this year alongside the other 2 top free agent running backs from last season, Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. And I've given you guys a reason on why JJ is not here, and rightfully so, realistically. Like, but at the same time, and I might have said this last night, and you can call me a conspiracy theorist if you want, in terms of saying the AP didn't get a fair shake. Who's to say that this really wasn't the plan all along going into this season? In terms of, you think about us signing Gardner Minshew, not moving up in the draft and getting a quarterback of the future, letting a running back like Josh Jacobs go, who was willing to take an average annual of like $8-9 million. Now, think about this. And again, you can call me a conspiracy theorist when I say this. Look at it from the standpoint of maybe they already knew that Tom Brady was going to be that lock as the minority owner, right? And it was like, let's just get through this season. See, Shador is going to be in this draft class. He has a relationship with him. We can draft Shador and fix the rest of the problems that we have with this organization. Like, you guys let me know what you think with what I just said, but this was my thought process like over the last 24 hours. I don't know how else to even try to get my point across with this or really even discuss this, because it's just like, look, we battled injuries tremendously. Our defense has been fucking depleted. Marcus Epps, Christian Wilkins, Malcolm Kuntz, Max Crosby now. Nate Hobbs missed a couple of games here and there. Jacorian Bennett was out at one point. Divine Diablo was out at one point. That's a lot on the defensive side of the ball. That's a lot. Minshew went down with a broken collarbone. Doesn't really matter because he was just a turnover machine anyways. Zamir went down with injury. Nobody really gave a shit. Alexander Madison went down with injury. Now Sincere McCormick is out with injury. The whole drama that was Devontae Adams, and he's no longer here. Michael Mayer being away for personal issues. This has just been a complete nightmare of a season. But again, as I go back and think about this, and like I said, this is something that's been on my mind for like the last 24 hours, maybe a little more than 24 hours. But I think that there was somewhat of something that was concocted, something that was planned amongst Telesco, amongst Mark Davis, and maybe even AP. If AP is back next year, you guys can look back at this live and be like, Hammer might actually have something here. Like, he might have been right about this. Time will tell. We shall see. Who do you think earned the contract extension? Do you mean in terms of players? I can't give. The only person I would give you right now, and this dude is one of the backbones of this defense, and I'm really pissed about that fucking terrible call last night against him, is Robert Spillane. You guys know my sentiments, my feelings about Diablo. I don't think Diablo is going to be back. Kuntz, I've talked about. We know he went down early with a season-ending injury, and I think maybe you give him a 1-year proven play deal. I can't really give you other guys that I see us bringing back. Like, we talked about Merrick. I would love to have Javon Holland here. People have talked about Marcus Epps. I'm not sure about that right now. It's very, very much up in the air. Player Spillane, Merrick. Merrick is definitely breaking out again, especially them using him as a guy that's been blitzing. I'm very happy with that. Dude shoots out of a cannon, and he does his best to try to make an impact in the backfield. I really could not give you other players right now that I could see us extending. I really can't. I really can't. Salute to the 127 we have in here. If you haven't already, again, smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush a bell. I think I had a super and I missed it. Let me try to get back to it. I apologize for that. Here we go. Pessimistic on the $2. Master plan 100 level agreed. So you think, are you agreeing with what I'm saying right now in terms of, and again, you can call it a conspiracy theory, whatever you guys want to call it. Do you think does it sound like it kind of makes sense right now with where we're at? Again, it's been one pile up among the next with the injuries and then the issue with Snowden last week. Like, I actually didn't hear about this thing with Snowden until probably days after it happened. And all I could do is just throw my hands up, and it is what it is. Like, at this point, are we surprised? And you would think they would have learned their lesson from a few years ago. Granted, Snowden wasn't here when the unfortunate incident with Henry Ruggs and the victim Tina Tinter and her dog happened. We get it's Vegas. It's party time, da-da-da. not for everybody. I'll tell you right now, not for everybody. There are people that can go to Vegas, enjoy themselves in moderation, and not do stupid, reckless shit like this. Stay your ass the fuck home or call an Uber. Like, I don't get it. Don't they have something? Don't they have a number? Didn't they put that shit in play with the NFL like years ago with the players union and everything? Call a fucking Uber, bro. Stop the stupid shit. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You're putting your life at risk, and not just your life, but everybody else around you when you're out on the road like that. Stop the fucking shit. Grow the fuck up. And now, yes, I'm dropping F-bombs, but I really don't care. This is something that just needs to stop already. Captains on this team, police these dudes, bro. We saw one of the most outrageous things happen on a football field, and it's not the first time we've seen it. This is the second time. It just wasn't a huge tantrum like the very first one. But San Francisco 49ers linebacker Devondre Campbell was asked to get on the field. Kyle Shanahan, dude, nah, I'm good. Walks in the locker room like a whole bitch. I said it. And if I ever saw a dude out in the open, I'd call him a bitch to his face. Your teammates are your brothers. The NFL is a brotherhood. It is a fraternity. Your teammates, y'all dudes need to be able to police each other, especially if you see that your teammate is not doing the right thing, especially when it comes to off the field shit. Snowden, you had bright spots here and there this year, right? We went down with these injuries. Max is out for the year. You could have been that next guy to step up. Instead of stepping up, realistically, you fucked up. Sorry, not sorry. Sarah, welcome back. Feel like I haven't seen you in a few weeks. What's up? You got it wrong. Shout out to Johnny Ramirez. You got it wrong because it's not even guaranteed we get a top pick. AP has to go. He is not getting better. He is getting worse. Look, we see the things that have happened during games, terrible play calling or terrible clock management or just poor decisions. It sucks. It fucking sucks. And we've talked about it. At this point, I do think he's going to be gone. I was a couple of weeks ago on the fence about it. I was like 50-50, 60-40, and I just, at this point, I don't know. I don't see him coming back. Brady has a connection with Vrabel. Go get Saleh as defensive coordinator. Walt, I like that thought process, and we've talked about this as well. In terms of this situation, and we played a little scenario in terms of this, in terms of a potential future coaching staff. Vrabel head coach. Saleh defensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator, Brian Dable. Thumbs up, thumbs down if you guys like that or not. That's all I'm asking for. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Raider Manny said, thanks for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'm about to play some zombies a little later. I got to take off that coldest little promo. Now it's what? Free shipping on $125 or more. Coldest.com /Hammer's House. I'm sorry about that, guys. I've been an AP advocate, but after yesterday's game, they gave up on him. Sweeney, you're not lying, man. Who's running the pistol on the 1 yard line? And they asked about that, Arnie, in the presser, and it was like, oh, we worked on that. Who the fuck works on a shotgun formation at your own 3 yard line? Where do they do that at? Either you're going some type of quick pass, whether it being a bubble screen or a quick slant, but if you're going to pass it, you're going to release it quickly. If you're going to run it, you are under center. You don't do that shit out of the shotgun formation when you're inside, when you're at your own 3 yard line. I don't know where the fuck they do that at. No Vrabel. I like the rest. Okay. All the teams that had coaches and vacancies will want Vrabel. Well, on the East Coast, they're constantly talking about the Jets, and they're constantly talking about Vrabel potentially being the next head coach for the New York Jets. All crazy. If you still want to win games this year, AP is going to get right. Okay. I will call you later to explain. He also knows he ain't coming back just by the way he answered that question. Yeah, the answer was, I'm still under contract. And you guys heard what I said. I said, for now. Vrabel ain't coming here. If you fire a good luck. Wait. If you fire I'm guessing you meant AP. Good luck trying to find any respectable coach to hire. Again, AP is a head coach that has no head coaching experience. He wasn't even remotely a coordinator at the next level. He's only served as a position coach. And we've talked about working up through the ranks to eventually become a head coach. He didn't go through all those. Why AP smiling? I don't see anything funny where we are at this point. Nobody does. And again, I just try my best to sit here and give you guys information, detailed information, give you guys live play-by-play. As bad as the season's been, the only reason I'm still sitting here right now is for y'all. Not to say I don't love my team, because I absolutely do. I always say win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. But really, you guys are the reasons that we're still here doing these games. You guys are the reasons that we keep doing this and sit here for 3.5 hours, 4 hours, because you guys are right there with us. That's the only reason I'm still doing it right now. New England Raiders now. We tried that with McDonough. It's a completely different situation, Arnie. A completely different situation. And I've said this before. You've heard Wasted say this before. The Patriot way went away when Tom Brady left New England. He was the Patriot way. That dude would take pay cut after pay cut after pay cut, and they would boost that fucking team up around him, and they were successful. But Brady was the Patriot way. Because when Brady left, how was the rest of the Patriots organization? How's Belichick doing? Oh, wait, Belichick's not there anymore. It was with Brady. And Brady is going to be a guy that's going to oversee a lot of things moving forward now that he is a minority owner for the Las Vegas Raiders. Vrabel head coach, Dable OC, and Short. Okay. Shout out to New England Raider boosters. Salute to you guys. Much love to you guys up there. Scott Turner is going to Chapel Hill. We've already heard about that. Pretty much the day that it was announced that Belichick became the next or the newest head coach for the Tar Heels football. It was already put out there that Turner is going to be the offensive coordinator. So he ain't too fazed by anything either right now. What happens when Raider and Jags are both trying to lose? Hey, design. This past weekend, you had two teams that faced each other that were trying to lose in the Jets and the Jaguars. It was a very ugly game in the early stages, and ultimately the Jets won. Tay had like just under 200 receiving yards, which is the most he's had. I think he had tied his career high. AP is a great cheerleader, but head coach, nah. I like my mock drafts, and with that number one pick, I think we'll do one at some point. Appreciate the GOAT rated content, my dude. For real. Can't get right. I appreciate you, my guy. Salute Hammer. Dan Orlovsky was on Pat McAfee, and when Pat asked him, he said Vrabel is spoken for and will be coaching next year. Pat wanted to know where. Dan couldn't say pros or college. Very interesting. Is Matt Patricia? I really haven't looked at his staff. Is Matt Patricia on Bill Belichick's coaching staff at UNC? Because if he's not, maybe you're looking at Vrabel to be a defensive coordinator for them. Let me see. We want to win and we don't want no more BS. We keep seeing facts. We need so many picks to upgrade the roster. I'm voting out of 1 and 2 to get picks, picking top 4. We have 4 picks in the first 3 rounds. But again, either you're getting Shador or Cam. If you're not ending up with one of these quarterbacks, you better not be looking at another quarterback in this draft class. Like you guys, I don't know if you saw the video I put out last week with what Mel Kiper said in terms of his quarterback draft class. And Drew Allard just made his announcement that he is returning to Penn State next season. You don't want any of these other quarterbacks after Cam or Shador. Without no C and going to get a new head coach probably next year. Do you really want to get one of these quarterbacks as a number 1 pick, or you change it? No, I'm still trying to, depending on who the offensive coordinator is, depending on who the head coach is, I'm still right now, as it stands, I'm still going for one of these two quarterbacks, preferably Shador. Know this, if we win versus Jags, Cleveland and Tennessee will be picking ahead of us. We better not beat the Jags then. Hammer, what makes me more mad is this guy has the nerve to be smiling on the sidelines when we were one team was looking like ass on the field. Why is he not giving you guys any? Johnny, it doesn't make any sense, man. And not giving the young guys burn. I talked about Dylan Laube a little while ago. That shit really frustrates me. You have an aged veteran in Amir Abdullah not really doing much. Started out the game yesterday as a third down back, and Sincere went down with the injury. All of a sudden, oh, Amir, you're up. Madison got involved as well, but I don't get it. I do not get it. Absolutely not, Khalil. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Take Hunter and call it a day. Then what are we doing? Are we taking somebody? Are we getting one of these quarterbacks in free agency? Who are we getting? Sam Darnold? Are we getting Justin Fields? Who are we getting? Who are we getting if we go the route of Travis Hunter? They're alluding to Vrabel coaching at Ohio State. Interesting. Sign Darnold. Hunter is him. With Darnold, I would go 3 years. 3 years, 120. L Rocket, salute my guy. Side Darnold for $40 million. No thanks. Yeah, if Darnold is the guy that they potentially look at via free agency, if they don't think that they're going to get one of these quarterbacks in this class, then I don't know. I think there's a chance. It depends on the recovery with JJ McCarthy in Minnesota. I have a strange feeling that Minnesota may actually try to franchise tag Sam Darnold, depending on how deep of a playoff run that they make this season. The fact that AP is always on the sideline smiling like an idiot should tell us everything we need to know about this season. That's a fact. Justin Fields better than Minshew, true or false? True. 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 They were talking about Pittsburgh's run game and how pitiful right now Pittsburgh's run game is. They're like ranked like I think 30th or something like that. And I think Rex Ryan was on yesterday talking about it, that they need to throw in some packages with Justin Fields a little bit more involved with Pittsburgh's offense. What are your thoughts on Joe Brady, the OC in Buffalo, or Liam Cohen, the offensive coordinator? Liam Cohen was a guy that we had in the building. He was a candidate for the offensive coordinator position, and they fucked up. They fucked up. They should have had him in here. Will Stein, I'm not sure about. Ben Johnson is a pipe dream. Joe Brady. I feel like Brady was another guy that we were talking about during the offseason last year, but I remember Liam Cohen most definitely. We should have had him in the building. Darnold in free agency, draft Hunter, draft Manning in 2026. True Raider. You guys know I'm a huge UT fan. Haven't seen enough of Manning yet. Haven't seen enough of Arch, which disappoints me incredibly. Like, I really wish that he would be the starter against Clemson this weekend, but I haven't seen enough of Arch, and we know the name, but I don't know about that. Justin Bieber better than Minshew. Good God. I probably won't catch Desert in the pick'em, but I'm right behind you. Whoa. No Diddy, Adam. No Diddy. No Diddy. He's probably going to repeat. He's probably going to three-peat, realistically. Salute to my guy, Desert, man. DC for a vet minimum. I'd rather shit in my hands and clap. Depends on how much of a cap hit it is. Minshew, yeah, I'm throwing his ass out the window. Zamir White, it should not cost us an arm and a leg. James, he had a little bit of a pricey extension, so I would have to see what the cap hit is realistically. Say we trade back in the draft and get multiple first picks, including a first for next year, so we could draft Drew Allard next year. Do we really want to go through another year like this, though? I don't know, bro. Trap God, that is not his name. Do not call him by that, bro. That is not his name, bro. Jeff, if his draft stock is up, if his draft stock screams out first rounder, let alone top 3 overall, then it is possible. The thing with Quinn Ewers was he went back for one more year because he knew his draft stock dropped due to injuries last year, and battling injuries here and there again this season, and his performance has not been that great. This is why I'm saying Quinn Ewers is not a starter. Quinn Ewers is not a starter at the next level. The quarterback out of Oregon, you're talking about Dylan Gabriel? It's a huge drop-off. It's a huge drop-off after Cam and Shador. And again, Drew Lar would probably have been like the 3rd best one in this draft class, but he is another guy that might have been a late day one. The rest of these guys, you're looking at 2nd-round picks. You really are. Travis, you ain't lying, bro. That's a fact. Saturday, you ain't lying, bro. Need a quarterback first. Anything else, someone needs to be fired. Damn, that's a fact. We've talked about this. We've talked about 2nd round, my 1A, my 1B. It's going to be best player available, and it depends on where it stacks up. Who's the best? I would go back and forth between the best running back available and the best offensive guard available. That's where I'm going 2nd round. Would you bring Colton Miller is actually starting to look a little bit better, Rico, from earlier this season. And I've stressed this. The interior offensive line is what needs the most fixing right now. Get guys within 6'5", 6'6", 315, 320 and up. Solve the problems. Cam Ward, then Amari and Hampton. That's a possibility. Genty's going to be gone. Genty's going to end up going to, I think he's going to end up going to Dallas. I do. I really believe he's going to end up in Dallas. Gabriel in 2nd, if no. Yep, and that's why I'm saying that could, I don't think even remotely about, I don't think about remotely releasing him. He definitely was a topic of discussion when we came down to the trade deadline this year, but he's showed improvement. Glaze is a dog, bro. That's why I keep saying it's the interior offensive line that needs a fix, and Glaze is doing a fucking solid job for us. I like that kid. He's picked to go top 10. Hold on, who we Genty? Yeah. It's a matter of what team is there and what team. But I think Genty's going to end up because the Zeke Project 2.0 with Dallas was not it. That little reunion was not it. I think that they're going to try to go after somebody like Genty. Definitely. Bring back Illuminor and sign Marcus Peters. Trap, I'd rather shit in my hands and clap, my guy. We have too many needs to draft a running back early. Do we, though? Do we? We need a quarterback. We need some interior offensive line help. We absolutely need a running back because this depth chart is going to shit come the end of the season. Abdullah's not going to be back, guys. Zamir, they could probably just be like, kick rocks, we don't need you anymore. Madison, I think, was only here on a 1-year deal. That leaves us with who? Lauby and Sincere. No. Shador, Cam Williams out of Texas. We don't need a tackle. True? No. Go guard. Caleb Johnson. We could do something like that. The rest of that, yeah, we could potentially do. We do not need a tackle. Adam, you're right. Gabriel, Dart, or Rourke? Probably Rourke. Facts, bro. We got to stop expecting mediocrity coaching and players. Whatever happened to our commitment to Excellent. AP is like a car salesman. He sold us on some bullshit. Yeah. He sold us on some
Bullshit.
facts. All right. We've been on for 40. There really is not much to talk about right now. I don't know. You guys want me to open up the vault line for a little bit? Just give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. We could do that for a little bit. If not, we're just gonna wrap it up. We heard. This is realistically what we heard in the presser. Pretty much exactly what we heard. It's been the same shit for weeks on end. All right. I'm going to take a few. I'm just trying to chill the rest of the day. I do have some other things I got to take care of, but hold on one sec, guys. Not going anywhere, so don't leave. Salute to the 178 in here. We're definitely kind of low today, but it is what it is. Fuck. This really goes to show that I'm really like, Our do not disturb is off. Let me take this out. Kirk Cousins had a record of 4-10 on Monday Night Football, and of course, we got our first caller already. Raider Nation News today. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Johnny, what's up, Hammer?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, man. Watching the Raiders is like watching a bad thing, bro. You know what I mean? With AP, I mean, he has to go, bro. I mean, you can't keep a coach that ain't progressing. I mean, the shit he does out there on the field, bro, it's crazy, bro. You know, I'm an old school Raider fan, been watching the Raiders for 40 years. I'm from Northern California, but I'm staying out here in Florida. And it's like, we're fans and we know more about the game than him, man. I mean, come on, man. Well, what's this man doing? If
crazy...
you ain't progressing,
go ahead, bro.
We gotta let him go, man.
The crazy thing is, it's like you brought in all these vets, you brought in these guys to lean on, and it's like, what the fuck are they doing? What are they teaching you? Or what are they trying to teach you that seems like it's going in one ear and right out the other?
Exactly. I'm gonna give you one better, Hammer. I remember watching the Cincinnati game, right? And the commentators have made a statement about what Marvin Lewis. They were talking about the weather and the wind. I'm like, come on, are you serious? That's what they laughed about it. I'm like, you know, it's like they're just catching a check. I mean, you know, there's a reason why they ain't a head coach no more, and they ain't teaching this guy nothing.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
And there's other things.
The game previous,
there's other
you know,
things.
The game previous against Tampa Bay, he tries to challenge a call when the dude's out by 2 feet.
There's other things that are going on within this organization right now, specifically Antonio Pierce, things that I have heard. Something I heard is early this morning that is probably another reason why Mark Davis isn't too thrilled with what's going on right now with this team, let alone with Antonio Pierce as a head coach. And I'm not going to put anything else out there but something that I heard early this morning is a bit disturbing right now in terms of what head coach Antonio Pierce has been doing or not been doing outside the confines of Henderson.
Yeah, no, I have a cousin that stays out in Vegas because, like I said, I'm from Northern Cali, from where Grass from. I'm from Stockton.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I heard something too, and I don't want to speak on it because, you know, right now it's speculation, but it totally sounds true. And maybe on another conversation me and you could have.
Yep.
You know, I know where you're going with that, right? But at the same time, it's like this. It's like, you know, he knew exactly what to sell us on as a fan base, you know, because I'm old school, you know what I mean? And I've been in trouble before, and all that mystique that we used to have back in the days when, you know, I was watching football in '79. So the toughness, this and that. So we all bought on it, you know what I mean? and yeah, you wanted to give a guy, a fair shake, but we cannot have him as a coach moving forward. I mean, if we do get Shador, Cam Ward, God bless, we have a new coaching staff moving forward with the new, somebody with an intelligent mind, like, maybe Ben Johnson or somebody else out there.
Somebody that's going to develop the next quarterback and not just sit him down.
Exactly. And then what gets me more mad is, like you and Graff, and we all know, why is he not giving our young players burn, man? What are you going to keep Amir Abdullah, Madison for? Give Trey Taylor some burn to safety. I mean, come on, man. Chris Smith, throw him out there. Let's see. Yep. And I was even telling my girl, I said, why ain't he throwing in Bradley, the other quarterback? Everybody could see Desmond Ridder ain't no quarterback, man. And then to top it all off, he's done this shit multiple times where if you look, it's the first half, we get the ball back. We're down 9-3 with 1:52, and you seen what he did with the ball, man. Come on, man. That's crazy.
It's fucking insane.
Are we trying to win or what?
Not this year, we're not. Johnny, I appreciate the call, bro. We'll definitely be talking soon.
All right, brother. You take care.
Take care, bro. Damn, y'all rolling the dice, huh? I'm pretty sure that the rules, at least in my opinion, the rules in terms of curfew should not only apply to the players, but also apply to the coaching staff as well. Again, kind of see why Mark Davis isn't too thrilled right now with the product on the field, let alone his head coach. That's it. If anybody else wants to call in, I'll take one, maybe two more calls. 347-471-0361. I'll put the number in the chat for you guys as well. And I know I'm probably going to hear a whole bunch of shit about this afterwards, whether it being on one of these other platforms. We are on X as well. Salute to everybody that's over there, and salute to the 187 in here right now. Like I said, I'm not going full. I'm not going full detail. Something I heard this morning is kind of making me question a lot of things right now. Wow, Trap, you terrible. I gotta let this run for a sec. Oh wait, they might hit me. Raider Nation News today. What's your name? Where you calling from?
PK, Raider Nation till I die. I'm calling from LA.
What's up, brother? Sound off.
What's up? What's up, man? First of all, man, hey, a lot of Raider Nation, man, you know what? We move a little too fast. I understand everybody mad at AP. We 2-14. We having a terrible season, right? But you got to think, man, the man was dealt a bad hand. You really can't be mad at him. I mean, Gardner Minshew starting quarterback, no running back. We had issues with the left tackle starting off the season. It was a lot going on.
Agreed.
But what you got to give him is he's a player's coach. Let me tell you, man, players are going to play hard when they playing for somebody that they actually like, coaching, and you get that out of them. You see that with our young players, the ones we just drafted. I say, give AP at least another year. Worst come to worst, you got Deion waiting in the cut.
Deion's not going to the next level, bro. Deion's not going to the next level. He loves what he does as a head coach.
Everybody says that, but that's he's saying what he's supposed to say. He's being politically correct. He's under contract with Colorado. He's not supposed to say, "Hey, I'm getting ready to leave."
It's not even a matter of that. It's not being politically correct or saying the right things. Like, he likes where he's at, and a lot of these guys that are at the college level, a lot of them actually enjoy the things in terms of, like, the recruiting process and being able to interact with these young kids and get these young kids to come play for their programs. Now, we know that things over the last couple of years have changed tremendously in terms of the NIL, the transfer portal, all that other stuff. But these kids actually want to come to Colorado. A lot of these kids want to go to Colorado and play for Coach Prime right now. And again, he's enjoying what he's doing. The money he's getting from there, and on top of that, his endorsements and stuff, he's not going to leave. He's not going to leave.
No, but let me tell you why. There's a bigger bag waiting. You know how much the NFL will pay to see. I mean, it's kind of like the LeBron and Bronny thing, right? You get the same effect. To watch him coach his son, you know that. I mean, just imagine. Do you know how packed Allegiant Stadium would be?
I will tell you right now.
You're there often, man. It would be crazy.
TK, I'm gonna say this respectfully. That comparison with Bronny and his father, apples to oranges, bro. Bronny's G League.
No. Because listen, I know Bronny's G League, but I'm saying the effect. I mean, the Lakers. I think I want to say they made $50 million off just selling his jersey alone. You know, I'm not talking about. You know, I'm just saying that type of effect.
I get what you're saying,
that's
but
going
like
to draw a lot of people. Any organization would like that. You know, but I wanted to say another thing, man. Who do you guys want to see us draft? Cam Moore or Shedeur Seaton? Because it's obvious that we're going to draft the quarterbacks. Obviously, we need a QB.
It's 1A or 1B, but for me, it's Shedeur at this point. I've talked about the other quarterbacks.
Yeah,
the other quarterbacks are huge drop-offs after those too.
It's a big drop-off. You want to get your quarterback now because I think next year's class is going to be even worse. I think you might have if Arch Manning decides to stay, you're going to have him, and then you got the what's the kid that just stayed? He decided to stay. I forgot his name.
Drew Allard. Drew Allard is probably going to be the top quarterback in that class next year, and I think that realistically, Arch is probably going to have to go another 2 years. We didn't see a full season out of him this year. I think you're going to have to give that kid at least another 2 years before he decides to enter the draft. Like, again, I haven't seen enough of him yet. As much as I wanted to this year, like Quinn Ewers fucked all of the UT fans by coming back for one more year, and his draft stock is now where it is. Like, I dare him to be like, oh, I'm going to go back one more year. Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. The only thing I see with Arch Manning is if he comes out and he have a good year, you know, Texas balls out, there's no reason for him to stay, you know, especially with his family legacy. You know, just hurry up and usher him right into the league.
Absolutely.
But I mean, just think about it, guys. We're a quarterback, another good draft class, and a good offseason and free agency away from being contenders, man. It's not that far, man. I knew we were gonna have a bad season. Everybody was hyping AOC. You guys are hyping not you personally, but you know, Zamir White and everything. I'm like, I didn't see it. I didn't see nothing from Zamir White that told me that this guy will be able to carry us going into the next season.
Oh no. And I'm definitely on the same page with you with that. Like, look, a couple of good games as a starter towards the tail end of the season. That's a cool story, but he definitely is not a starting running back at this level. Absolutely not. His vision is still not there. And he's very hesitant to find holes too. Like, he's a guy that I really would be like, yo, you got to go.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because my son plays running back, right? And you know, I'm coaching him up, right? What I see with Zamir White, man, he's one bad injury away, man, and he's gonna find it too, because he can't find the hole, man. Yep. He's lucky that, you know, this league is soft now. Oh my God, Ray Lewis, and you know, we were still playing with guys from that generation. Man, that guy, the way he don't see the hole, man, his career could be ended real bad. One more thing before I get off, man. I want to give shout out to Tyree Wilson, man. He catches a lot of flack, but the kid is really developing, man. You know, I like to see you guys showing him some love, man.
I'm glad that finally somebody actually is giving this kid his flowers, because I'm not sure how long you've been watching my platform for, but going into that draft, I said Tyree Wilson was going to be the guy that we got, and we did. And everybody's constantly been talking shit. Rookie season was not around for training camp or anything due to that foot injury. wasn't really developed. Pretty much when McDaniels was fired, Patrick Graham tried to find spots for him on the interior where he was looking very solid on the interior. And going into last night's game, I said with the absence of Max Crosby, this would be a time for him to really show up. And he got another sack yesterday. I'm definitely happy for the kid.
I like to see him finish the season off strong. I mean, he's at 4 sacks. I like to see him get to 7. And I'm going to just wrap it up from there and let somebody else call in, man. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks, bro.
All right.
Whew. We're actually about to approach that hour mark, and we got close to 200 in here right now. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell, y'all. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Let's try to get to 10K. I don't know how realistic that is in the next 3 weeks, but tell everybody in Raider Nation, if they're not subscribed here, I don't know what y'all waiting for. Hit that subscribe button today, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Somebody asked me about Patrick Graham. He's not changing the shit up. He's not playing these guys to their strengths. The middle is always fucking open, whether it being a tight end or slot receiver or whoever. It's always being plays made in the middle, and there's nobody there in the middle to cover. It's fucking frustrating. Patrick Graham will be gone. Patrick Graham will be gone. Mark my words. So if we don't have anybody else calling in, I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all that pulled on up today. We recapped last night's loss to the Falcons. We heard from Antonio Pierce. We heard from you guys, which is, for me, the most important thing, because, again, the growth of this channel doesn't happen without each and every single one of y'all. So I appreciate y'all calling in as well. I'm going to try to figure out the schedule this week if I have some time to get on in the evening. Sunday, we will be live. Graf will be here, but he will only be here for a short period of time as he will be going home for the holidays. So we will be live, though, for the Jaguars-Raiders game. Kickoff is 4:25, so we'll probably jump on probably like around 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. So make sure to pull on up for that as well. And again, salute to each and every single one of y'all. On your way out, if you haven't already, smash some thumbs, hammer that sub, crush the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house that Hammer built by the nation, for the nation, Raider Nation News Today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all, of course, as always, on my New York, peace, love, and positivity, and this part as well.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
We outro, y'all.